welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Savannah, and if you guys are not yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as to turn on that post notification bell so that you get notified every time I do a new video. I do many videos on this channel, from college hacks to college advice to different vlogs. So if you guys want to see a video done by me, make sure to comment that down in the comment box down below. As you guys can see by the title of today's video, I'm giving you guys some college essentials, so some supplies that you definitely need for college. And I feel like I can give you guys this advice because I'm now going into my second year of college. I am a business student. My major is management studies. So obviously, depending on your major, things might vary, but I think this is like the general kind of supplies that everyone across the board would need. I think your lecturers or your faculty might tell you what you need depending on your major and the courses that you do, but again, this is just the general supplies that you guys need for college. So let's not make this intro too long. Let's get on into the video. So all of these things, I will have them linked down below if you guys want to get any of these things, as well as I'm going to put them on the screen here because I haven't, as I said before, shopped for these supplies as yet, but I just thought I would tell you guys some of the things that you guys might need for college, as well as to be able to save you guys some money because college itself, it's pricey. So the first thing that you're going to need are obviously pens, and I love pens. I love getting pens. I love so I feel like everybody obviously loves getting new fresh supplies. But you need a whole ton of pens. So you need the standard black pen and the standard dark blue pens. These are for when you're giving assignments to your teachers, or you need to sign something very quickly. Make sure you always have those on hand, as well as if someone needs to borrow a pen, you're giving it to them in a standard color, because first of all, nobody wants to give away their pretty colored pen because you might not know if you're going to get them back. What I suggest doing is having two different kinds of pen. You can have your favorite kinds of pen, which I'll have right here on the screen, and then some cheap kind of pens. And the cheap kind of pens could be more like the pens that you don't mind lending to somebody if somebody asks you to borrow a pen, so that if it is that they don't give it back to you, you don't really lose out, because they're the cheap kind of pens what you bought for the purpose of if someone needs to borrow a pen. I always get gel pens, and this is just a personal preference. For me, I love gel pens. If I had the choice, I would write using gel pens for the rest of the college, but you can't give teachers in the pretty colored gel pens because that's really not acceptable. It's just the standard blue and black. So I use gel pens for more study purposes, so I get this pack here on the screen. I usually get that pack and I absolutely love it. I love Pilot gel pens. I think they just write so smoothly across the page. Colors are vibrant, they're very pretty. Now, I would not recommend using gel pens to take notes while you're in class, just because gel pens can be quite a hassle, especially when you're writing and your hand is sliding across the page. It might, might smudge the page, and you don't really want that because then it's going to look messy. I wouldn't recommend using gel pens to write your notes. You can use them to write your headings, since the headings are all the way at the top. The likelihood of you smudging it is little to none. So I would use gel pens when I'm studying. But the next thing that you're going to need for college are notebooks, and you need a notebook for each course. I don't recommend getting the 5-subject notebook, just because that notebook, I got it for my first year. I don't feel like there are enough pages for each course. I just don't feel like there's enough. And second of all, that book is so heavy, especially if you're carrying all the stuff in your bag. That book alone is so much. The next thing that you're going to need for your college experience are pencils. You're going to need your erasers, and you're going to need a sharpener if it is that you have wooden pencils. Now, personally, I love to get this brand of pencils by Bic, and it has a lot of pencils, and it normally lasts me around 2 years. I actually still have the one that I bought 3 years ago. I still have pencils from there, and for some reason I went and bought more last year, so I have a whole bunch of pencils in that pack, and they're the mechanical pencils because I just love mechanical pencils. I feel like easier to write with, and if it is that I need to write down something quickly, or the lecture is going really fast and I'm writing with a pencil, if it breaks, I don't have to stop and sharpen the pencil. No, I just like press the thing and more lead comes out in no time, and I can continue with my work. Now, you also need strong folders for each course. You can get the folders by 5-star. I had those last year and they worked pretty great. They held up, and I think I can use some of them over because I don't think they're in bad shape. They're not in bad shape at all. I took care of them. The next thing that you guys need for college are highlighters, and you cannot get enough highlighters, especially when it comes to study time. Okay, so I did not buy enough highlighters for my first semester, and I actually had to buy extra because you use highlighters so much when you're studying because there's so much material to go over. But if you want to know how to study effectively and use the highlighters in the proper way, I actually also mentioned that in my study tips video. Again, it will be linked on the screen as well as links down below, so if you guys want to check that out, guys should. So another essential thing that I think for me goes hand in hand with highlighters are sticky notes. Now the sticky notes, they're pretty cheap. You can get a big pack of them for like 50 cents, especially in back to school time in Walmart. Listen, if you have a Walmart where you live, I know there are no Walmarts out here. The deals that you guys get back to school time in America and Canada versus out here, obviously you're also going to need a strong bag. So the bag that I have is just this dark navy blue Kipling bag, and I've had this since high school because personally I don't switch out bags every year because I don't really see the point of that. My bag is fine and like nothing's wrong with it, but if it is that you do switch out your bag every year, that's also fine. But personally for me, I'm not really a bag person, so I'll just keep the bag until something's actually wrong with it, then I'll get a new bag. And I think I'd personally stay with Kipling just because I think it's a very, very good quality bag. So the next thing that you guys need for college, and this is really for my girls, you know, I got you. You guys need a girl kit because you never know what can happen. And if it is that you guys want to see what I keep in my girl kit, I actually went more into detail in it in my what's in my purse video, so I'll have that linked here as well as in the description box down below. The next thing that you're going to need for college, and this is very pricey and it's an investment, but I really do think that you should, if you can, get one of these two things, or if you can afford both, then get both. A laptop or an iPad/tablet. I really recommend getting a laptop or an iPad/tablet because there are so many things that you have to do in college, and at some point in time it's going to require that you use one. But now for laptops, personally I would suggest, if you can, and it is an investment, it's pricey, but I think it's a worth it investment. Is that a term? It's an investment that's worth it. But I suggest getting a MacBook if you can, or an iPad. What made me choose to go with a MacBook is for the simple fact that I know that MacBooks last a very long time. They're amazing quality. You have different warranties, which I think they're really good warranty packages, and I think that they're super fast. It doesn't have to be the most expensive MacBook. You can get the MacBook Air, you can get the older versions of the Airs, the older versions of the Pros. You know, just look into what your budget is like and do your research. Also, Apple on their website has this section that's called refurbished. Obviously, since they're refurbished, they're going to be cheaper, so you can look into that. Now the laptop that I have is just the MacBook Air, and it's the 2019 version. So some accessories that you might need for either of them are headphones, especially if you're in the library and you want to listen to something. You want to be respectful to the other people around you, so I suggest getting headphones. You also need a USB Type-C hub because most stuff are for USB Type-B hubs. However, to make the computer smaller, Apple got rid of the USB Type-B hubs and they replaced them with Type-C, which just look like this. Also, you need some other stuff, some other accessories such as a laptop case as well as the keyboard cover. I currently don't have on my keyboard cover right now because sometimes you have to give your keyboard some air. You need to give it some air. You need to get also the sleeve, like the case that you put the laptop in. I suggest getting one of those. I didn't get one because my backpack has a compartment for computers and it cushions the computer, so I didn't really need that. Also suggest getting a mouse if you're one of those persons who hates using trackpads because sometimes they can start to get hot and it feels uncomfortable just using the trackpad sometimes. So if you're one of those persons, I definitely suggest getting a mouse. Next thing I suggest getting is an assignment book / planner. Now this will help to keep your life so organized you don't even know. So you're not like, we had chem homework or we have a graded assignment. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do it. So the next stuff that you need are graph paper, folder paper, and plain paper, because at some point in time in one of your classes you're going to use possibly all of this. And the last thing that you guys are going to need, a scientific calculator. No matter what, you can't run away from this. And I just have this one by Helix Oxford, and I've had this since like grade 9, but I've had this for a very long time. Trusty, handy, I love it. Definitely recommend getting this calculator. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button down below, as well as to comment other videos you'd like to see done by me. I'm happy and open to many suggestions. Make sure to turn on that post notification bell so that you guys don't miss out on any content that I post, because I have a whole lot of fun content coming up for you guys, so you don't want to miss that. Hope you guys stay safe, stay quarantined. Bye guys.